Let's cook with grease.
And Kyrie.
But listen,
and Kyrie.
The next game, they're gonna have to stop him from left.
Yeah, they already did it this game. They're gonna stop him going left again.
1-2, 1-2, ladies and gentlemen.
Stop him going left again.
Yo, 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 yo.
It's Kobe.
My YouTube family. Zoe Williams is in the building. We're 4 minutes out from going live.
4 minutes out. All these other coaches.
Dude, Kobe is like the god of videotape, of dissecting videotape. That's what he does.
Every single one of the other coaches.
No, what I'm saying is Kobe dissecting videotape is on another level than everyone else.
No.
That's what it is.
You don't understand how much.
Hold on. We live. We live on YouTube, guys.
Kobe's a Virgo dissecting videotape.
Yeah.
It's a difference.
Don't set up another one. When Jeff comes, set up that one. Hassan is gonna move to that one.
Kobe can tell you, move your hips 3 centimeters to the left, stick your leg in. This is off ball.
Yeah.
He's telling dude off ball. You need to turn your shoulder out 3 seconds, 3 inches to the right. When this dude pass you, you tripping.
I don't like basketball, but these coaches are smart.
Dude, no, but they're not. If you look at all the players, because Kobe has a thing called details, right? So he's breaking down videotape. So every player who's watched details, they come out and they say, Kobe's explaining stuff that you never even thought of.
That the coaches don't explain.
Yeah, this is the players saying this. They said he's breaking down stuff that I've never heard before. I've never even thought about breaking that.
Exactly.
So
Say it one more time.
He really making these coaches look bad.
He's making them look terrible.
Because that's the real shit. Coaches really don't know what the fuck they doing. They just be on some motivational speaker shit, but they really don't know X's and O's like that.
They all on power trip.
Dude,
And they on the power trip, they on that ego shit. Most of these coaches don't know what the fuck they talking about. I
Case in
promise you.
point, he broke down Donovan Mitchell. After Donovan Mitchell watched the details thing where Kobe broke him down and put himself as Donovan Mitchell. Donovan Mitchell went out and they beat the Houston Rockets.
Right.
Donovan Mitchell.
The rookie.
The rookie.
The super rookie that's playing right now. Supposed to be like Jazz, Utah Jazz. So they go out and they beat Houston the very next game after he watches the details. You think that's a coincidence?
Exactly.
Come on, man.
2 minutes.
You think Shaq sending his son to go train with Kobe this summer is?
Thank you.
Shaq is like, you go train with that dude.
Thank you. Please.
Shaq told his son to go train with Kobe this summer. Not me. You go train with him.
Hey, Kev, guess what? You live on YouTube. Say what's up to the YouTube fam.
What's happening, people?
What up?
Hey, say what's up, Hassan McCullough.
What's happening? How you guys up in
What's happening?
Man, look
Hey,
here.
hold on. Kobe's one of the greatest players we've ever seen.
Thank you.
He is
Period.
a good player, but these coaches are paid to be a coach.
That doesn't mean that don't mean they deserve their money.
But they're not coaching.
They don't
They're not coaching. Let me say it real quick. Dr. Mark Goulston said it the best. He said, a coach is someone who mentors. You can only mentor with a certain skill set and knowledge. Right? Back in the day, Coach Wooden was a mentor. This nigga's whole philosophy turned into a curriculum.
Thank you.
Now you got coaches that just be talking. They're not really mentoring. He said what they are instructors.
Yes.
That's why they so heavily reliant on 5 stars.
You gotta stop hating on Kobe, man.
First of all, I'm not hating on Kobe. What I was talking about, the coaches.
Ladies and gentlemen, the ZOWHAT Morning Show back in the building. It's Monday. You already know how we get down with the get down on a Monday. A lot of bullshit going on in the world. So you have come to us for our perspective. This is the Mount of the Oracles. We will deliver unto you our wisdom. Yes, indeed. The voice of reason later on tonight, 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. But only once a week do you get to tune into the ZOWHAT Morning Show, where high-level neguses
There you go.
like myself Dragon Phoenix Lord Zoe. And Dragon Phoenix Lord Kevin. And even Dragon Phoenix Lord Jeff Brown when he shows up.
Much more dragon.
And the only Phoenix Dragon. Our good friend Timmy Tight Top, 10,000 push-ups. Hassan McCullough. We in the building. If this is your first time tuning into the ZOWHAT Morning Show, let me tell you what it is that we do. Recently, we've been doing topics, right? Current events. And the reason why we do current events is because a lot of people have reached out and said, Zoe, I need you to do current events because I want to know your opinion. I want to know your perspective on what the fuck is going on in the world. So I got to do current events differently than everybody else with their bootleg news story having asses. You know, everybody want to be a fucking journalist. I don't want to be a journalist. I'm not a journalist. Fuck that. But what I do with regards to current events, we'll do like 6 weeks of current events. This is how we started it off. This is my little format. We'll do like 6 weeks of current events, and then we'll do a show about how current events are distractions. Because most of the shit that get dragged around social media is because motherfuckers keep sharing it.
Right.
See, if you're looking at the news properly, all of the news outlets are controlled by what, 2 or 3 conglomerates?
Yep. And they're trying to consolidate that with the AT&T and Time Warner joint.
They trying to consolidate all this shit so that they can filter and approve of the type of news you consume. So I'll do these shows and then say, what is a distraction? You in the dig? One of the biggest distractions is fucking LeBron James being better than Michael Jordan.
Thank you.
Well, why isn't Kareem better than Michael?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's
right.
just fodder.
Right.
It's just talk.
You can never win that argument.
And this shit is real weird to me because everybody wants to hear that mundane, dumb shit. You can't even, listen, look at how the media is set up. You got white motherfuckers on ESPN that have never played any sport that be talking shit about the athlete. Well, you know, he's just not trying hard enough. What? What the fuck?
Absolutely.
Wait, Stephen A. Smith didn't play sports, did he?
Stevens,
He played basketball.
He played
college basketball.
and that's why I will respect what Steven has to say. But it be motherfuckers. Listen, you got coaches who are high-level coaches who have never played the game. Well, I just believe LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. And then the players who have played against both them motherfuckers be like, hold on now, they feel different. These two niggas feel different.
Exactly.
Hold on now. Well, no, I mean, just look at the stats, you know.
The stats.
It is a ginormous distraction.
Crazy.
How did you? Oh, because you went to school for journalism. Now, you can armchair. Like but you don't even have the experience of running next to Bo Jackson.
You know that only works in sports, because in no other professional business could you tell somebody by watching. Just by watching, I know what you like. You couldn't tell a forklift driver. I've been watching forklift driving for fucking 15 years, so I can get inside a forklift and operate that shit now, just like somebody who's been doing it. There's no, you can't do that with any other fucking profession except for sports.
This shit is crazy.
Some bullshit.
This shit is strange. So we capitulate to the public. You want current events. Right. Well, goddamn it, we'll give you current events. Fuck it then. You want current events? Goddamn it, we give you current. It's gonna be our version of this shit, but we gonna give it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we even get into the first current event topics, let me just do it really quickly. You know we do the community empowerment segment. Here, hold on, let me change this music. Let me get the vibe right. Turn it up, baby. Turn up this music for us. When you want to sell something, You gotta put that sexy music on to loosen up them wallets. Oh yeah. Sitting to my left, it's none other than Timmy Tight Shirt. There's a reason his shirts are so tight. Because of the muscles he has developed. He has a juice
He
line.
works hard for the muscles.
He works hard for the muscles. Vegan and vegetables and fruits and berries have tightened his top. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, my good friend, 10,000 push-ups, a.k.a. Hassan McCullough of Weed Juice. Tell him about your product, bro.
So, nice fresh vitamins. So you look at, instead of looking at it as juice, looking at it as one-a-day vitamins. Get your one-a-day vitamins every day. You know, instead of getting that synthetic stuff, we got real vitamins with the juices.
And it tastes good as shit.
And it tastes good.
Now this shit
Thank
is
you.
this is like the healthy Kool-Aid right here.
Buy it till it tastes good, damn it.
No, but we all have to look at everything as we have to look at our diets as different. We have to look at, we're trying to eat to live. We're not just living to eat. So
Right.
we have to do stuff that's gonna better ourselves, better our minds. Because when you eat a lot of meat, I'm not a big meat eater, and I'm not against people who eat meat. But when you eat a lot of meat, these cows and pigs may have been tortured. So everything they was going through is gonna be in your body.
Yeah, that energy.
Really?
That energy. So vegetables aren't like that.
Strawberry
No.
lemonade.
So
That's strawberry.
always get your
apple,
10%
pear,
off.
and lemon.
Apply the ZOWHAT code when you go visit the site, and then you get any juice you want. You know.
Wow.
Just 10% off.
Be fearless. Apple, pear, lemon, ginger, and cayenne.
It's about being fearless.
Sounds delicious. I'll be stealing these.
So
We'll put these
anyway,
to the side.
thank you for the support. Anytime you want to come to the crew, come to the website, you can always call me, reach out. If you need, plans and you need something specific for you can always call me. Reach out.
And
I'm
here we
available.
go. My favorite energy drink, the best in the world, Total Package Energy. I'm going to tell you right now, Total Package Energy. If you're an Uber driver, a limo driver, a Lyft driver, a bus driver, right? Or you're driving across country, truck driver. This is some late night. This is the anti-swerve venom.
Yeah, that's the
You need anti-swerve in your life.
he's an anti-swerve.
Have you ever been driving cross country and you were next to a goddamn big rig and that motherfucker swerved? I done seen it again. You better drink some of this Total Package Energy, motherfucker. You better drink some of this shit. Get your shit together, motherfucker. You gotta do it the E40 style. You better drink some of this motherfucking Total Package Energy to keep your ass awake, nigga. I'm telling you, this shit right here.
You sound like homeboy explaining the drug, doing the fine print when they do the drugs.
Exactly.
See,
No, seriously though. This is the business. Total Package Energy. Go to totalpackageenergy.com. It works. And these guys are, you guys are certified, right?
personal trainer?
Yes. We're still certified.
Who are you certified by?
Alpha.
You're Alpha. And what's the other shit with the N? Is one of you niggas certified?
Nassau.
I'm a NASM.
Are you NASM too?
No, I'm not NASM.
What are you?
Issa.
ISA. So there's different niggas that you get certified by. What is this? BMI, ASCAP, and CSAC? I don't know. But the niggas is certified.
That don't mean shit, though. That don't mean shit.
Yeah, none of them mean anything. It's all about them just getting money.
Okay, so they certified. You in the dig? They certified. I fuck with these guys. And they can tell you this Total Package Energy shit is the real thing. You've tried it, right?
Of course.
Okay, cool.
When you like to share something.
Oh, so now it's
Put that
about
out
me
there.
being greedy. I just want to say it on the air that I'm
But
greedy.
the training doesn't
I mean, I'm cool.
necessarily.
This nigga just said I was selfish. Well, when you like to share, I mean, you don't really share, so. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna try it.
Try it, man.
Go ahead.
Scared
Go
nothing.
ahead, Kev.
Tell City of Dreams, man.
Huh?
Hey, I tried it before.
Is it good, man?
No, nigga.
Wait, what about that? What's the name you gonna give me, man? I need to go
See?
get one.
Oh, damn it. All right. No, I'm gonna try it.
Oh, so wait, I got a couple more things to
try
promote. Listen, my latest book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. Beautiful book. It's been kicking people's ass. You know what I love the most? When people reach back to me and be like, yo, this shit was hard. I stopped after chapter 1 because this shit made me look at myself. I'd be like, okay, I succeeded. I wrote some real good shit. I'm very proud of the relationship dismount, how to stick the landing when exiting a toxic relationship. I'm going to tell you right motherfucking now.
Reflective.
All you got to do is go to Amazon.com and get a physical copy. I love it when people buy it from the iTunes. You can get it from iTunes. You can get the Kindle digital version, but I need you to get the paperback version.
At Amazon?
At Amazon. It's available now. I need the book to trend. The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. We want it to trend on Amazon.com. I need to see this book sitting right next to Eckhart Tolle. I need it to sit right next to Wayne Dyer. I need it to be right next to Iyanla Vincent, Tony Robbins. The only way to do that shit is to make a move to Amazon.com and get a physical copy of it right the fuck
Is that your
now. Right? And then, of course, God, I don't want to put her on blast. I love her to death, but my goddamn editor.
What? Whatever.
Just too many fucking epiphanies while she's writing the book. You know? Her job is to edit. She's a copy editor. Right? So she's copy editing and shaping and doing all of that. Okay. But then I get the phone call. I had to stop. Why? Crying and shit. Have an epiphany. Well, listen, you can't have a year's worth of epiphanies. The motherfucking holographic relationship has to come out. It is the follow-up to the relationship dismount, goddammit. No more epiphanies.
Just fucking correct the motherfucker.
Just Jesus, comma, semicolon, period. And then we're good.
Oh, shit.
Jesus H. Horatio Christ. But that book is coming along, and I'm having a good time watching it develop into a monster. You underdig?
That's right.
So we need all of the support we could get. Let me just say what's up. Listen, Dash Radio listeners, let me explain something to you right now. You may hear me talk to someone other than you. It's only because you can't see us. But there is a small faction of listeners and lookers. The lookers are located on my YouTube page. We're broadcasting live right now to YouTube. My YouTube fans, I wouldn't say they're fans, I would call them family,
There you go.
are watching the show right now, live. What up, YouTube? I see y'all in the building. Let me shout everybody out. Anybody that says what's up right now, I will shout you out on the air live, Dash Talk, right now. You got to say it now. Okay, who is this? Moorish Thinking just said, what's up, fam?
Moorish Thinking.
Hey,
What up,
what's
fam?
happening? Yeah. If you say what's up right now, I'm going to shout you out. But listen, I have instructions for my YouTube watchers. You dig? I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that share button. Got to get it done. Like and share. Let's get this video trending before I go in. Hey, there we go. Zyrie Vibe. What's up, G? Cephas Stanford. What's up? Chuck B. What up? I see people just, well, shit, slow down. Now the motherfucking, now the shit is going too fast. I can't say. I'm going to have to turn this motherfucker down. You can slow this down, you know. You know the chat room, you can slow it down. The chat is flying. What up, what up, what up, what up? Chanel J, Todd Carroll, Greg Griffin, AJ Davis, Kev Brown, Lemon Lucas, Lemon.
They going on, right?
They going in.
They going
right?
in.
Dustin Glover,
They hear my
Chase
name,
Watson,
nigga.
Rap Talk. Everybody in this motherfucker right now, my nigga.
Your little splash of fame.
Yeah, it is. A Noble, what up? Hannibal Red. Okay, so this is what I need y'all to do, though. Everybody hit that like button. Everybody smash on that like button. Everybody do it at one time. Share the video, all right? And don't forget about Super Chat. Super Chat matters, okay? Just like lives. Super Chat matters.
Just like lives.
Just like lives.
Which lives, though?
Super Chat.
Which lives?
I'm going to say it right now. I'm just gonna
Which lives?
I'm gonna tell you the motherfucking truth. Black lives matters, nigga. Fuck that. All the Negro lives matter.
Negro lives.
All right. And then let me just say this. I got one more thing I want to promote. Android Home Shoes, luxury sneaker brand. I got on a pair right now. Very comfortable. You in the dig? Super fly. Android Ohm. Android like the phone. Ohm. HOMME.com. Android Ohm.com. You in the dig? Kev, do you have something to say before we jump into topics?
Yes, guys, we started the God classes, and that's every Sunday. If you want to sign up, this is where we talk about everything we talk about on the show: history, science, spirituality, astrology, astronomy, everything that we talk about on the show. We go over it in the class, break it down, and also cryptocurrency. We're creating a crypto community because we need to take advantage of this blockchain technology before it passes everybody by. We're all melanated people anyway. It won't pass the Caucasians by. So if you guys want to sign up for the God classes, get on over to the YouTube, Real Nagas YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Real Nagas. Also, go to realnagas.com because I just created the Killmonger, the dragon shirt, and T'Challa, the Phoenix shirt. So get in there and cop those. Also, somebody was asking me why I spell the Amaru Khan the way I do. So just to break it down, Amaru means dragon, and Khan, Khan, means king or ruler. So it means dragon king. So just so y'all know that. So go over there and cop that shirt as well. And get over to the Patreon channel. And when you sign up for the Patreon channel, you're going to get all the videos that I create, that I make and don't put on the YouTube channel. And part of that money that you give goes to the Cop Stop Guardian app. So get on over there and hook it up.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The community empowerment is now over. And it's time for topics. Time for topics. Are you ready for our wayward opinions? Oh, yeah, it's going to be wayward. It's going to be wayward. Shit you can't hear nowhere else. We have to do it. Well, here, let's start here. Nigerian woman kicked off of a United flight after a white man complained she was pungent.
Wow.
Files a lawsuit.
Say what?
She was pungent. Her odor lingered. There was a strong scent of nature around her.
Aroma.
An African woman and her children were kicked off a United Airlines flight after fellow passenger complained that she had a pungent odor. What if it was patchouli? It's pretty pungent.
Oh, yeah, right.
Right? According to a racial discrimination lawsuit filed against the company. See, listen. Let me before I read anymore, just understand this. People in corporate America respond to black people in much the same way as police do. Meaning, instead of looking at the future of your company, instead of having a moment, like a manager should have a moment like, this might fuck all our shit up. We've been in the news before. Remember, we beat the Asian guy's ass.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like, somebody should have an epiphany like, this is one of those moments. I mean, what if this is a tribal scent? I'm just saying this.
A tribal scent.
Maybe this is a cultural custom.
Right.
Like, maybe she just came from a ceremony.
Could
Like,
play the culture.
somebody got to think
Right.
before they react. Because what happens is, how do you get all the way to, well, we just kick them off? Like, how does kick them off become the solution to the problem? How is that a win-win situation?
Niggas.
See, wait a minute. This is wait.
Niggas.
This is the undiluted nigger. This is a nigger from Africa.
Concentrated nigga.
That's
Concentrated,
not funny, though, man.
powerful nigga. So,
Yeah, okay.
so I guess we should treat them the same way we treat the niggas at home. Oh no, you have to leave. You and your children have to go.
Man,
It's true.
Was she using black soap?
melanated people, you need to get litigious, like Caucasian people. What that means is you got to start suing the shit out of them. Every time.
Well, that's what she did.
Huh?
That's
There
what she
you
did.
go.
She's filing a lawsuit here.
There you go. That's, man. Seriously, that's where you heard. That's where you heard Caucasian people in the corporations. When you start suing them, that's when they start backing down. Like that Asian guy, he got so much money from the airline.
I just love the picture they showed of the Asian guy.
Yeah.
He was sitting in a chair with his mouth open and a bloody nose. Like,
You know that motherfucker was acting though. He was acting his ass off. They was dragging him out. He was acting like they really killed him and shit. Like they fucking suplexed him on the plane and shit.
they fucked him up. They
did, but I saw the video, man. It was
Listen,
You don't
he
know
had
how bad he was getting beat up, man. You don't know his pain. He's
he had a real bloody nose.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna act it out just like that.
No, you're
I'm gonna do a
not.
LeBron James acting on the plane. if I
Nigga,
can.
nobody's a better actor than LeBron. Sorry.
No, you're right.
So the incident involving the passenger, a white male, happened 2 years ago when it was a queen. Oh, Jesus. You're fucking with African nobility. You're in trouble, Whitey. Okay, when Queen Obioma, Obioma.
Is that what it is?
What shit, nigga?
Obiama? Obiama?
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Okay, cool. But it's Obioma. Obioma. Queen Obioma, a Nigerian citizen, and her 2 children were boarding a flight from Houston to San Francisco. The family had flown from Lagos, Nigeria, and were on the second leg of a 3-day journey to Ontario, Canada. They could have been ripe.
Could have been right.
Could have been some ripeage.
Ain't washed up in a couple days.
The man said she was pungent. Jesus. Why do white people call the police whenever black people are involved? Most black people do not start shit with white folk.
They don't.
Nah,
Can we be honest about
they
that?
don't.
They don't.
Most black people be like, oh shit, here come these motherfuckers. Because white people be on some bullshit. Tell me the truth. They be on some bullshit.
Bullshit like what?
Bullshit like
Right.
you smell. I'm calling
yeah.
the cops. Now, can we be honest about white people?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I need you to speak into the microphone.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask you first.
All right.
What do they smell like? It's been known in our community for many years. What do they smell like?
Depends on if they take a shower or not.
I'm just asking you what
He's
what
asking
is,
you what.
what
You know
is-
what he asking you.
You know what
I
the
know
fuck
what I know. Listen,
what is the
I
belief?
deal with people that take showers and stuff.
exactly.
You know, so most people smell any black or white.
Doesn't
they all
matter,
smell.
right.
The,
When
you
we
know,
talking about, I'm talking about white people now.
that they-
What do black people think most white people smell like off rip, my nigga?
He said off rip.
you answered the question.
Why
They
you
smell
scared?
good to me. I mean,
I
some
bet you they
smell
do.
good.
And now what you need is some motherfucking tap dance shoes on right now. We gonna lay down some sand so you can soft shoe your. What the fuck do they smell like in general? And this is a belief that is widely held.
I don't
The
know
chat
that
room
belief.
going in right
What
now.
they saying?
Raisins and wet dogs, sweaty toes, wet cats, dirty lunchbox,
Dirty
baloney.
lunchbox.
Baloney.
So
Dirty
they must be
lunchbox.
talking about white people smelling like wet hair.
Smelling like dog. You act like you ain't black, nigga. You from
Yeah,
Pasadena,
you said you
my
had never
nigga.
heard that.
I've never actually heard that. But see, listen,
You
man,
never
that's
heard. Okay, get out the way. Kev, you heard that?
I've heard that, but
All
that,
right, cool.
that doesn't mean it's true. But that is the theory for what a lot of black people.
Why is it everybody in this motherfucker is basically saying the same shit? Puppies, wet trash, baloney,
Wet
hot
trash?
breath.
damn.
Ah, damn. They
But you
going
know
in.
that theory goes back to
Everybody
us. too.
saying wet dog.
That's
I ain't never-
the main one. That most
Wet
people-
dog.
that most
Wet
black
dog and
people think.
baloney is what I've always been told.
He said baloney.
Don't eat bologna. Wet dog.
I'm just somebody said feta cheese. Feta cheese. So I'm just saying, we've been dealing with this shit for many, many years.
Feta cheese.
For many, many years. Somebody said boiled pit bull puppies. Definitely boiled hot dog water.
Man.
Have you ever smelled hot dog water?
But this is the thing, man. Like a lot of different so-called races have their own supposedly their own smell. Like
Right.
like a lot of they
Indians.
think Koreans smell like kimchi.
Koreans don't smell like no rotten cabbage.
Look, let me tell you. Now I was on a bus. Let me tell you, dude. Let me tell you the story.
Kimchi, they smell like
Dude, let me
fermented
tell you. I
cabbage.
was on a bus. I was on a bus going from San Francisco to New Jersey. And this Asian dude was on the bus and he ate kimchi, and this fool would fall asleep with his mouth open and he'd be breathing and it was messing up the whole bus. So it was some brothers from the back from Oakland. So the brothers that he was in the back with the brothers from Oakland. So literally he was asleep. This brother hit him on the top of his head. He said, "Move your ass up to the front of the bus."
Damn.
He slapped him and he got up and he walked to the dude, but it was bad. It was bad. So again, everybody got their little stereotype smell, but
And you know, the Hindus for sure. The Hindus, they smell like they seasoning. Maybe that's what it is with
the
white
spice.
people. They ain't learned how to season shit. So they don't smell like
Bland. You
they
say
smell
bland?
like straight up meat. Motherfuckers just smell like
with no seasoning.
Meat with no seasoning. It smell like straight meat. No, but
Smell like
seriously,
milk.
lamb chops.
smell like straight mutton. It smell like mutton.
Said meat with.
Bring forth the mutton.
What's the biggest stereotype in the world that white people don't know how to season their food?
No,
Listen,
that's real.
That's real.
That ain't a stereotype. That's real.
Like I want
That's
to,
real.
I want to taste the food as it is in the wild.
Take your ass to London. Take your ass to London and taste the food.
They have shepherd's pie and
Dude,
stuff.
they got no flavor. No food in London has no fucking flavor.
Somebody said white people smell like raw chicken. So again, the Hindus. You been on a bus with a Hindu person before?
They smell like curry.
They got a seasoning
Man.
that's musty. It's a musty seasoning.
You mean the seasoning that they don't put on the arm?
I don't know
it's
what-
called musty.
I don't know what the fuck that seasoning
That's what
is,
it's called.
but the seasoning itself is musty.
It's called
The
no
fuck?
deodorant must. You know, there's a lot of people who don't wear deodorant.
Deodorant? I know.
Deodorant.
I don't even know what the fuck deodorant is.
Deodorant.
Oh man, killing me right
They
now.
don't.
This
Yeah,
nigga
they don't
uses
believe in. Yeah, they don't
deodorant.
believe in deodorant. Deodorant.
Damn. So anyway, I just think it's unfair and unfortunate that what is it? United Airlines has to go
Right.
through this shit again because guess what? You're gonna lose a shit ton of money. You gotta
hell yeah.
pay this lady.
So why they
Dude.
kick her off anyway? They know she's gonna sue. Why
They
would
said
they
she
do that?
was pungent.
Can't do that.
You must pay for your pungent odor to have a seat here on the plane.
Right, and you start making them pay enough, and they'll stop that shit.
Well,
shit will
she's
stop.
filing a lawsuit, so she's doing the right thing, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, here's some more bullshit in the news. I guess somebody is guilty of taking a nap while black.
Oh yeah. At Yale, the girl at Yale.
Yeah.
Jesus, black student interrogated after napping at Yale.
In the common room where everybody
in the
sleeps.
common room.
Where
Listen.
every fucking
Then they
body
call,
sleeps.
they call the police on her, right?
So listen, let me set it up first. So listen, white people, you guys gotta be honest. You guys be tripping hard than a motherfucker. This is the tripping hard than a motherfucker white people current event show. Cause y'all be over. There is a lump of blackness in the common
A
area.
lump of blackness.
I can't describe it. It looks like a female, but it could be a pile of clothes. I'm not quite certain. I don't know how to engage. I should call the. I
A
should.
lump of blackness.
I should call the police. I think the police.
A lump of suspicious
I
blackness.
think the police are better prepared to handle this. There is a shadow. The shadow.
A shadow.
The shadow could be alive. What the fuck is going? So here's the story.
Voldemort is in the room.
Right. The Yale student at the center of a conversation about racial profiling on campus said she felt the need to post a video of her recent interaction with university police because she feared for her safety.
Yeah.
Right? I posted the video just for my safety. This is what the sister is saying. Her name is Lolade.
Yeah. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, she black.
yeah.
Because I don't know what the fuck Lolade
She's
means.
Nigerian.
Lolady?
Yeah, she's not.
It got to be some other kind of name here, because
She fine as hell, too.
is she? She's delicious.
Nutritious.
Have her bathed and brought to my quarters immediately.
Yeah, she's fine.
She told, NBC News, Good Morning America, that she had to film the video. I've always said to myself, since Sandra Bland was killed, another sister, that police officer didn't get in trouble who killed her. Okay, cool. I always said to myself, if I ever have an encounter with the police, I'll film myself, she added, referring to a 28-year-old black woman who mysteriously died while in police custody in 2015, Sandra Bland. Gosh, she's at Yale. You can't be tired from a fucking scholastic workload and take a nap. I know white people be uncomfortable in a motherfucking. Listen, we got white people all around us right now. Look, they're
They're here.
They're very close. They're very close to us. They're here right now. They're looking around.
They're here.
They're here. Just quiet. If you're
Don't tell no secrets.
If you're very quiet, you can hear them breathing. They're very close. But I'm just saying, listen, is that the knee-jerk reaction for everything? You can't even be a scholar. They scared of black scholarship.
Man.
She's at,
Sitting in
first off, how the fuck she get in there? Like, if you're a
Yes.
student, like my son was at Auburn, it ain't easy to get into student
No.
living. You can't just walk into
No.
student living.
Absolutely not.
Gotta have an ID card.
You got to, nigga. My son was at Auburn. They had the retina shit, the eye retina.
Oh, shit. What?
To get into the
God, nigga, New World Order
you got
and
to
shit.
walk on. You got to do the eye retina. You can't
Oh,
just.
that's crazy.
You can't just get in. You understand?
Right.
So this is what I'm saying. Like, and this is why I blame the president.
Someone Trump?
Yeah. The great pumpkin, super orange.
Orangutan.
Right, the orangutan, tang orange. Because at the end of the day, you've made it comfortable for those
Yes.
who had negative feelings about black people, who
was hiding it.
bigoted feelings
Yep.
about black people, to just be on some old weird shit.
Yep.
Well, fuck it, I'm just gonna come out and be bigoted. Look at my president. He's orange. First off, understand, you're only orange because you want to be darker.
Right.
Yep.
Fuck it, I don't want to be black. Make me orange. Don't brown me in any way. I can't be pale. Make me orange. I want to look like
Sunny Delight.
I want to look like Tropicana. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's created this climate. Now all the white people who wanted to be bigots in the first place are like, well, fuck it then.
Right.
Let's bigot the fuck on out.
Because they know at the very top, nobody gonna say shit.
No.
And the thing was, the girl who was sleeping in there in the common room, she was like, everybody sleeps in there. Everybody sleeps in there. And
No. Hold on.
Oh,
Everybody white.
My bad. My bad. Everybody white.
A sleeping white
Right.
woman is like
But they had a
Sleeping
problem.
Beauty.
They had a problem with her before. They had a problem with that lady before because she called the police on that girl.
Yeah.
She had another friend who would come to visit her in that common place, and she called the police on him. And so he was on CNN
You
the
see
other
what I'm
day
saying?
talking about how he got called the police on. And he was like, "This girl be tripping."
So sleeping black people equal poltergeist.
Equal-
There's a poltergeist. This bitch is calling Ghostbusters. She trying to get niggas to fuck up
the
out of here.
Sixth Sense. I see black people.
There's shadows in the common area. Oh my God. Please save us from the common area.
But no, the bullshit was when they got there and they asked, she showed them that she had her ID. I mean, she didn't have ID, but she opened her door. She was like, look, I'm gonna show you that I live here. I'm gonna open my door. And then they asked her for her ID after she opened the door. And she was like, why do you need to see my ID? I just opened the door. How would I have the keys to the fucking door, door and I don't live here?
You niggers are capable of anything.
Right.
You could be getting a free education. You could be using magic and voodoo. All types of shit could be happening. You're
It's a
gonna
magic
have to
key.
prove
It's a
to us
skeleton key. But they
that
didn't
you
ask.
are who you say you are.
The funny shit,
goddammit.
they didn't ask the Caucasian lady for her For her ID, though.
You know what we should start doing?
To prove motherfuckers did live there.
We should start putting police in an awkward position. Well, we should.
That's what she should have did. She said, "I will give you my ID when you ask her for her ID."
This is what I mean by putting police in. This is a bad idea. So I'm gonna retract it before I offer it, because you never know how the police. You call the police, they come kill you.
Right.
Hey, I called you. Fuck out of here. So we can't play no reindeer games with the police. This was a reindeer game I was about to suggest.
Oh, shit.
But I was going to say, putting the police in an awkward position to call them and be on some old victim. I'm frightened. But then they'll be like, no, niggas don't get frightened. We're scared.
But no, dude, that shit happened, though. Dude, I'm telling you. I was saying that the other day to somebody, dude. They should just start doing that. Start calling the fucking police first. And then see what happens.
No.
That shit ain't gonna work.
There's too many news stories. There's too many news stories out there that show black people who called the cops wind up getting fucked with by the cops they called. We can't play reindeer with the police. As soon as the cops show up, and it don't matter what race they are. As soon as the cops show up and they see niggas, these are the perps. No, I called you. No, nigga, you look like a perp.
Well, no, it was a black cop. It was a black cop asking the student for her ID, who was harassing her for her ID. And she was like, "Why I gotta show you my ID?" He was like, "Look, I'm the supervisor here." She was like, "I don't care." She's like, "Why I gotta show you my ID?" He's like, "I just showed you. I opened the door with my key." He still asking for the ID.
Gosh, this shit is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah.
A black student, Yale. She's a student at Yale. Didn't Michelle Obama go to Yale?
I think so.
I guess they don't recognize you.
No, was it Princeton? Princeton or Yale? What?
She went to one of them motherfuckers, goddammit. A black Yale student who was reported to police after she fell asleep in her dorm's common space, says she filmed the encounter in an effort to defend her safety.
The common space, though. It's common. Motherfucker, meaning anybody can be here.
Wow.
It's not like fucking private room. This is some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm just really disappointed. I mean, and it ain't shit you could do about it.
No.
I mean,
because like you said, the deep-rooted fear and biases that they have are just going to, I mean, as long as dude is in the White House, that shit's going to keep happening.
It's just what it is.
I start suing those motherfuckers, though. See, I'm telling you, dude, I would have sued that bitch for harassment. You can sue people for anything today. Wow. And so when they call the cops on you and you harassed by the police and that's potential violence and danger to your body, you can sue them for that. Wow. For potential what is it? It's potential harm to your. It's like something under potential harm, but you can sue somebody for that.
Fuck.
And that's what I'd be doing.
You're listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. Today is our current event day, and we're just talking about all the distractions that are out there in the news. What?
Airbnb.
Some more Airbnb shit? What happened?
Yeah, you saw that in Rialto, 3 people were leaving a house they had rented on Airbnb, and the white neighbor called the police on them. And so it was like 6 cop cars rolled up when they were putting their stuff in the car. And the lady said she called the police on them because they didn't wave at her.
Wow.
They didn't wave at her when they were leaving. So they had to be stealing shit out of the house.
I got that story. This her house.
Say it again?
No. I got a story where there's a black woman who was at her crib. She gets arrested for breaking in. I have it right here. My white neighbor. This is from the Washington Post. My white neighbor thought I was breaking into my own apartment. 19 cops showed up.
19?
On September 6th, Jesus Christ, I locked myself out of my apartment in Santa Monica, California. First off, Santa Monica is the west side.
Yep.
Sure is.
So let me tell you something about Santa Monica. A lot of motherfuckers who are listening from different places all over the world, please understand this about Santa Monica. Santa Monica is isolated and insulated. It's an isolated, insulated community. It's what is known as a bedroom community.
Sure is.
The people from Santa Monica usually stay there. They got wealth.
Yep.
They may go all over the world, but they always come back home to Santa Monica. Now, Santa Monica is different than Venice. You wanna dig Venice?
Yep.
Like, if you look at the racial demographic, Venice got a lot of Latinos and
A lot of blacks.
Brothers.
a lot of brothers. You know, Venice High, nigga. Let me tell you
Santa
something.
Monica.
Santa Monica.
Costs a grip to live in Santa
Santa
Monica.
it costs a grip to live in Santa Monica. So in Santa Monica, you have your school district, isolated, insulated. Can't get into that motherfucker. Venice High now is LA Unified School District. LA, you get what I'm saying? Everybody can go to Venice High. Not everybody can get into Santa Monica High.
But you know, Santa Monica wasn't like that before.
I know.
It was black and Mexican.
But now it's different. Well, first off, Santa Monica High is over 100 years old. And let me just tell you now, you just can't get into that motherfucker. It's the Santa Monica Malibu School District. It's not the LAUSD.
Translation: money.
Money. You dig? Money. There is a suspicious ghost Negro. There's a shadow in front of a door without a key. We must call the police.
We must investigate.
No, there's no investigation. It is call the police and strike this Negro shadow down immediately. There is a Negro shadow. When I tell you, this shit is almost fucking comical. This is why I try not to respond to all of it, because I know it has to be contrived in some way, shape, or form.
Right.
It has to be a setup. Oh, here's another story. Push it out there. Keep the anxiety amongst the people going.
Keep the bullshit out.
There's a Negro shadow. I think the shadow has a weave. Officer, didn't the Supreme Court shoot down weaves in natural hair? There is a shadow in front of this apartment. It is only 7 feet away, please. What the fuck is going on?
Do you remember that Dave Chappelle joke about that shit? About him living in the rich hood? And he didn't want to live in the rich hood because if he came home, he was scared that the police would come and kill him in his own house. And then he was like, open and shut case, Johnson. Seen this when I was a rookie. Apparently this nigger broke in here and hung up pictures of his family everywhere.
Hey!
That's one of the greatest jokes ever.
This shit is fucking nuts because this shit is so crazy because you then have to come back and say to yourself, why the fuck did you move over there anyway?
Right.
Because you think you doing good, huh? Now you done got a little bit of bump in your. I'm different, nigga. I got to get away from niggas. Oh, do you? Because if you get away from niggas, you gonna fuck with these white people who got latent bigoted beliefs.
It's in there, boy.
Oh my God, the neighborhood.
Not all of them.
Darker.
Not all of them.
Of course, not all, but still, nigga. Have you ever? This is one of the biggest problems with having kids from the inner city go to school where kids are upwardly mobile. Let me tell you what the problem is. My son and daughter explained this to me. It was like, yo, we got about 300 students at our high school that are black. The problem with the 300 students at our high school that are black, they come from this neighborhood and they act white. They don't act black. You understand? Like, they're not really black culturally.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? And then the teachers are totally disconnected from the culture of blackness. So they don't really know how to deal with black students who are culturally black. They know how to deal with black students who are culturally white. Oh, hi, Jerome. Come on in here, Jerome. I'm so fucking proud of you, Jerome. You get what I'm saying? So there's
my little homie.
Jesus. Oh my God.
Wait, hold on.
When is your mixtape coming out? I'm just saying,
crazy.
they're really, they don't understand. And when my son was there, they had to deal with me. And I'm all too willing to educate them.
nigga.
No, I would just point it out. I say, you know, you're ignorant, right? You're culturally ignorant. You want to superimpose a particular behavior set on a motherfucker who ain't from here. And you don't really show any desire to want to change. You can't offer him a toolbox that doesn't fit his particular needs, dumbass.
Right. You giving him a wrench when he need a screwdriver.
Well, come on, Zoe. I mean, how can we help? Come kick it where he from and understand some shit. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
My daughter, on the other hand, was like, nigga, don't come to school.
Freeman, they want you. Don't be fucking up my reputation, motherfucker. Don't fuck up my rep, nigga.
Don't come to school. Somebody asked a great question. Zoe, why didn't Zoe put his kids in the hood school? Because it's a hood school, nigga.
Education.
That's real simple.
Education.
It's a hood school.
It's a catch-22.
Now, no. And here's the real dilemma about that. There are great teachers in the hood school. But the perception of the intellectual value at the hood school oftentimes falls short in comparison to the intellectual value associated to the white school.
Right.
Meaning, you're going to get better college opportunities. It's rare that Yale and Harvard show up at the Inglewood Sentinels, nigga.
And the curriculums are different too.
Yep.
Right, the curriculums are different.
They prepare you more in those
Exactly.
those money schools to get to move on to the next level and succeed.
And it's not that the teachers in the black schools aren't good teachers.
Absolutely. No.
But then if you go to my son and daughter's high school, the Spanish teacher just finished a professorship teaching Spanish at Arizona State University. Oh, so this is your next job?
That's a step down.
You get what I'm saying?
That's a fucking
so the caliber
down.
and the quality is different. It's different. Mm-hmm. And the only way my kid was able to fucking stay black is because they daddy's nut sacks are full of the culture that the school lacks. So we're going to go over here. We're going to pimp this situation. We're going to get this situation cracking. You dig? We're going to get all we can get out these motherfuckers. And then we're going to move to the next situation.
You're going to milk the game.
Man, I sent my son and daughter in there with the milk mentality. This is a giant titty. I want you to wrap your lips around it and pull all the milk you can get out of this bitch. You understand?
Oh,
This is a giant titty.
Mm-hmm. Get the sucking.
I'm serious. Man, this shit is crazy, man. We got a lot of topics to cover. A whole fucking shit ton of topics. One of my favorite topics that just recently happened. Before I get to it, let me just tell you where we are. This is the ZOWHAT morning show. ZOWHAT? It's a euphemism for so what? Meaning, I don't give a fuck what you think about what we think. So what, nigga? ZOWHAT?
Right. Hey, can I say the police officer that we talked to, Trey, he just hit me with what you want to call it if you were to sue him for somebody for calling the police on you.
Yeah,
It's
what is
threat to bodily injury. This is what you can sue him for.
Oh. Well, we love Trey. What up, Trey?
Yeah, what up, Trey?
What's happening, Pam?
Bodily injury.
Yeah.
Yeah. Listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the voice of reason. I'm up in this bitch right now with the homies. You know the dig? And we in here talking about some real shit. Current events. Let me switch gears for a second.
Uh-oh.
Let me switch gears. This is meaningful. This is reported by Billboard.com. The end-all, be-all for all things music. Billboard reports. Spotify removes R. Kelly's music from its playlist as part of new hate content and hateful conduct policy. Hate content and hateful conduct policy?
You're right.
What does that mean?
Ladies and gentlemen, I was talking to a lawyer this weekend. She said something very powerful. She said the man isn't charged for anything.
Nope.
So how can you take preemptive criminal action against a motherfucker that hasn't been charged for anything?
He got a lawsuit coming.
Are his constitutional rights in violation? Have they been violated?
Oh, yeah.
Beginning today, May 10th, Spotify uses, of course, it's not May 10th. This is 4 days ago. This is May 14th.
Right.
But this is when the article came out, May 10th. Spotify users will no longer be able to find R. Kelly's music on any of the streaming services, editorial, or algorithmic playlists. Under the terms of a new public hate content and hateful conduct policy, Spotify is putting into effect the company will no longer promote the singer's music in any way, shape, or form, removing his songs from flagship playlists like Rap Caviar, Discover Weekly, or New Music Friday, for example, as well as its other genre or mood-based playlists. In other words, fuck your talent, nigga. Listen, if the man is found to be a coochie fondler of the youth, a young coochie fondler, then yes, by all means.
Right.
I have a daughter. I'ma fuck a nigga up.
But he's not even charged with stuff like that.
But he's not charged. So if he's not charged, how can you take preemptive, punitive action against this man? Is it racism? Now, a lot of people have come out. A lot of people come out. The nigga had my daughter in a sex cave. They were in a sex cave, and he was cultivating her yoni in a sex cave. I've always thought it was weird. I always thought Aaliyah, the Aaliyah situation, you 27, she's 15, you marry her. I've always thought it was weird.
Right.
I've never been a huge fan of R. Kelly.
Right.
Always thought it was strange. But on the legal side, does he have the right to now sue Spotify
Yes and no.
for some type of discrimination? Go deeper.
Yes and no.
Somebody called this nigga a coochie comforter. He's a coochie comforter.
Well, he could sue from his perspective because of what you just said. He hasn't been charged doing anything. So basically, that's a detrimental to his
Character.
Well, detrimental to his character, but also him making money, and so it's to his financials. Basically, it's like a
You're trying to steal his livelihood.
right, but it's detriment. It's a legal term. It's detriment to his financial something. So he can sue on those grounds.
Nigga,
but
financial something ain't legal. But okay,
well,
finish.
I can't remember. The
Right.
But what is Spotify? They can actually take it off because having his music on there could be detrimental to their business. Because if people start taking away subscriptions or anything like that,
And that's what
and
that
boycotting
word
their
is.
business because they have his music on there, then it's detrimental to their bottom line, and they actually legally are bound to do whatever is possible to increase their business.
So that's what it said, though. Hate.
Huh?
But they called it
That's what they're talking about.
like hate behavior. Now, I understand rape being considered a hate behavior, right? Because rape is about power. It's not about sex.
Right.
The motherfucker trying to rape somebody, they're trying to steal that person's power, right? So I totally get why they would classify it under that. But what you fail to realize is the motherfucker has never been charged
Right.
for anything.
When he was
This-
charged, he just wasn't convicted.
Oh, I'm just saying this goes against.
This has something to do with now.
But that's what I'm saying. We're talking about right now.
now.
Yeah,
Recently.
this goes against what it means to be an American. Now you got to go back and question: are niggas not American?
There you go.
But you know,
There you
this actually started on May 5th. JLA's talking about this.
They called R. Kelly a young yoni whisperer.
No.
He is a young yoni whisperer. He whispers outside of young yoni's window.
But is it about him having young women,
That's
or
what
is it
he-
about just having women?
No, that's his young women, dude.
No, but
You
not
seen-
any women that's underage. They're like in their 20s and stuff like that. They're not 18 or 17 or 16.
Well,
They're
he-
actually young.
No,
older.
well that now, but he has messed with women.
Yeah, we know
under
that.
age.
That was a long time ago. But right now he has this woman boot camp, sex boot camp or some
His
shit.
woman sex boot camp. I don't necessarily
And-
consider 18-year-old girls
But they
women,
wasn't
but-
18. They're like in their 20s, and their parents, girls, they older.
But you have to at least say the nigga is or at least he shows clear signs of a groomer. Because part of the whole pedophile and that
Right.
sexual abuse and all that shit is there's grooming involved.
Mind conditioning. Yep.
You know, dig? Just outside the window.
Whispering to the yoni.
You remember that movie Ouija? Remember that movie
Ouija,
Ouija?
yes.
With the little girl, she got possessed and she was in her sister's ear whispering. Nigga,
Is that what it is?
the Pied Pussy Piper. I don't know. This
Oh shit.
now for R, and all of this shit is alleged, right?
Right.
In R's defense, he has taken out some anti-defamation suits against people for saying that he's this way.
Right. Yes.
But I just think when it comes to black celebrity, the system that made you is all too willing to unmake you. But the same standard isn't always in place for the white celebrity. I mean, look at Woody Allen.
Look at him.
You start off as my stepdaughter, but you gonna end my wife, bitch. I'm gonna get that pussy.
Right.
I'm gonna change your family designation from stepdaughter to new pussy. To pussy on deck. I'm gonna marry you, stepdaughter. What the fuck?
Man.
But he still gets to be Woody Allen.
Yeah.
But the legacy of R. Kelly, the legacy of Mike Tyson, the legacy of Michael Jackson, the legacy of Bill Cosby, fuck all y'all
Woody Allen's
legacy.
Jewish, and the people who run the media is are the Jews. So you know what I'm saying?
Somebody says, "Oh, what about Morgan Freeman? He did the same thing
He did what?
on some granddaughter type shit."
Morgan Freeman?
Yeah.
That's what they say.
He had was it a granddaughter?
Niggas be like, these bitches is two generations removed. This shit is on deck.
Damn.
I can go ahead. Somebody look it up. I'll look it up. Let's look up the Morgan Freeman shit. I don't want to see. I'm not the nigga that just try to find some shit to get shit started. But what did Morgan do? He did something, right? Does anybody know what he did? Do you know? Morgan Freeman granddaughter. Let's do that.
He married
Wow. Let's just see what happens. Step granddaughter. What is a step granddaughter?
Step granddaughter? Oh yeah, step granddaughters. Killer claims he had sexual relationship.
What is a step? Well, can we? Let me just do this because it gets weird.
A step granddaughter.
It gets weird. So let me do this. Can we say, first off, a step granddaughter is not blood related, right?
No.
Okay. But if you claim somebody as a granddaughter,
Right.
that means you don't fuck your granddaughter. I mean, does that make? I don't know.
Look.
And I don't know if this shit even from the dailymail.com.uk, Morgan Freeman had an affair with his step granddaughter.
Yes.
Her killer's, so the girl was killed. Her killer's boyfriend's lawyer tells court as he faces trial for murdering her. So the step granddaughter had a boyfriend that killed her.
They killed her.
The boyfriend reveals that she had a relationship with Morgan Freeman, her step grandfather. The freaky dickery that's going on.
But they're not even kin.
And I would just say that's implied. I don't know. When you're when you're alleged, because again, you don't know. You don't know. He'll say anything to get the motherfucking axe off of his neck. But the implication, Jesus Christ. Attorneys representing the man accused of slaughtering Morgan Freeman's step-granddaughter stated in court on Friday, this is very old, by the way, that the victim had told the defendant that the Oscar winner had a sexual relationship with her. The bombshell revelation concerning the Shawshank Redemption star. came to light during the ongoing trial of a 30-year-old Lamont Davenport, who is accused of stabbing her 25 times in a drug-fueled rage in 2015. So, listen, the debauchery does not exclude niggas, clearly.
Right.
Niggas used to be able to say, I bet you he was white. Can't say that shit no more. Can't say that shit no more.
Oh, that was a white man.
No. Remember back in the days?
Man, oh yeah, just you
70s,
dismiss it
80s?
just like that. Boop, that's a
Bet
white
you that
man.
motherfucker white.
Motherfuckers tried to do that with the two who was shooting people in D.C. from the trees,
Yep.
and it happened to be niggas.
Yep.
That's what fucked niggas. That fucked niggas up that time.
Yep.
Jesus. This shit is crazy, man. Gosh. What in the world is going on? If this is true, what do you suspect, Kev?
With the
Do you suspect we just a sick-ass culture altogether? Just sick. Fuck it. We're sick. We're ill.
that you got very few well motherfuckers. It's probably more of sick motherfuckers than there are well people.
And that's of all races.
Yes.
All right, so let's
That-
go back
yes.
to the comfort zone of sick white people. Our next topic. We have a special comfort zone where we feel good about our humanity when we talk shit about the ravenous appetites of white people.
Stupid.
The ravenous.
Okay, look. A new law has been passed in Kansas stating that police cannot have sex during traffic stops. Back to white wildness. A new law in Kansas was recently passed stating that it is a crime for police officers to have sex with people they pull over for traffic violations
It's a crime.
or detained in criminal investigations. Listen,
So that was a problem
listen.
before.
So listen, there's a couple of ways out of this, okay? You're gonna have to suck my dick. Now, this can escalate or it can de-escalate quite quickly. You tell me what you want to do.
What's
You
your,
gonna
what's,
do-
what's your head game like?
you tell me. You tell me how you want to move forward. You see, shit could be over real quick, you know.
I can make you walk this line, or you can do something else with another line.
I'm just gonna tell you real quick. You was going 6 miles over the speed limit.
6 miles.
You under dig now. And I know they fucking black women. I know
Man,
it.
come on.
I know
Man,
it.
come on.
Listen,
Hell yeah, they are.
you
But
Billy
you-
Ray cousin? Oh, shit, I got you. You know I got you.
Fucking anybody give them some pussy.
Now, with that thick ass, you can get out of this situation. It's up to you. The power
I wonder how
is
many
yours.
people willing to do it though. When they actually get in that situation, be like, all right.
That's crazy. According to MSN, Kansas was one of the 33 states where consensual sex between a police officer and a person in their custody is considered legal.
Whoa.
You mean dick pussy bartering on the
Wait a-
police level?
And not extortion?
Wow. Government
That-
Jeff
get the fuck
Collier
outta here.
signed the new law after it was passed by the members of the House of the Judiciary Committee. The bill was first introduced by Rep. Cindy Hulsher, Democrat. Jesus Christ.
Wait a minute. How the fuck is that not duress in the first place or extortion?
How is it not extortion, Kevin?
You got me. It is extortion. When you got somebody in a position of power and they offer you to do something and you do it because of the fear, that's technically duress, but you have to say it though.
I kind of want to open up the phone lines to
Kind of
see.
legally got to say duress.
I kind of, seriously, I kind of want to open up the phone lines to see if anybody has ever fucked a cop to get off.
Yeah, because it had to be for it to go into law. It had to be a lot of
It's a
motherfuckers
lot of
saying
fucking
hell
going
yeah.
on.
Exactly. There's a lot of people doing it. Like, all right, you know.
I'm the side baby of a police officer. My mama had a baby with Officer Tenson.
Officer Tenson.
I'm just saying. Is this possible?
It's highly possible. We should ask
'Cause
Trey.
you know-
Trey, if you listening right now, no. I'm just won't you see and how many you don't have to say who. You can say how many in the precinct have you found that
A lot of
happened
people
with?
are calling it an abuse of power. And they're
That's
just
what I'm
getting this
saying.
to the legal level. They're just getting this to the, you know,
Yes.
the law level where we're gonna create a law around this where you motherfuckers can't do this shit.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I say it's sex out of duress, but for it to be duress, you have to say it's duress.
But it's gotta be. Listen, if you get pulled over by a police officer, you're under duress right now, especially if you're black.
You still have to state it. Like if a police officer, if a police officer falsely takes you into custody, now if you resist arrest, then that's a charge. However, if you say if you think the arrest is false, you can say, well, I'm only going with you out of duress for fear of bodily harm. Now that means when they take you in and they do find the arrest to be false, the police officer is at fault. However, if you don't say that, then that's considered you giving consent to the arrest.
See, but you still have to come back to this concept right here. You have to come back to this. Number one, black in America, when you see them lights, you don't have the same feeling in your stomach as white people do.
Oh, hell no.
White people know the police. White people know them. Oh, that's just Officer Tenson.
They live in your neighborhood.
That's
Hello,
just Officer Tenson.
How are you doing today?
How you
That
doing?
word.
Richard,
That name.
that's from Richard Pryor. That's a classic Richard Pryor bit. Hello, Officer Tenson. Hi, how you doing? How can I help you? You know? And like he said, with police and the black people, Richard was like, motherfucker said, you get pulled over, and the motherfucker is yelling at you. There's a motherfucker who's oh shit. Somebody just burglarized it. Pull your pants down, open up your ass cheeks. He's like, you don't even want to do shit after that.
Pull on your pants and spread your ass.
Oh, fuck it,
You
man.
heard me, nigger. Pull on your cheeks and spread your ass.
You're like, fuck it, man. Let's go home. Shit. He said, you go home and beat on your kids. So I would argue that it is duress by default.
It is duress by default, but legally you have to say duress in order for you to get remedy from it.
So you got to tell motherfuckers off top.
Yes. Otherwise,
I
it's
feel
considered
threatened by you.
Otherwise, it's considered a presumption at law. They presume that you consent to whatever they're doing. Otherwise, unless you state that I don't.
Pull your ass cheeks open, nigger.
That's true, dude. Everything a police officer does, and this is for everybody, just so you know. Everything a police officer does to you is considered considered that you presume that you give consent unless you state I do not give consent. Everything you do.
I just think none of that shit works. Like the reason why I said
works.
let me just say the reason, and then you can rebut. The reason why I don't think it works is because I don't believe police officers are in a rational, logical space when they pulling over black people. Like I don't feel like they're open to a conversation.
No, I'm not stating you should have a conversation with them. What I'm saying is if you feel that whatever they're doing is false and you're being falsely arrested and taken into custody or whatever that, and you don't want to be arrested, you don't resist arrest, because resisting arrest is an actual lawful charge that they can put against you. That's usually what they get with
But
people.
I think that's the little loophole
But that's,
for them.
what, but that's just what I'm saying.
So the
but,
moment you
listen to what I'm saying.
but-
let me finish what I'm saying. So
right.
what they do is they'll falsely take you in because you don't know the law. But then when you resist arrest, then they actually have a legal reason for charging you now. So what you do is when they start to take you in, you state to them. All you gotta do is just state it verbally. You don't have to physically do it. You just state, I don't agree with this arrest. I'm doing this out of duress. When you state that physically now, or with your voice, now when they take you in, your remedy is in court. Now when you tell the judge, I didn't agree with this arrest. I didn't give consent to this arrest because such and such, and then you get your remedy off of that.
Right.
Because I just think at the end of the day, these motherfuckers will look, this nigga batted his eyelash. He resisted arrest. Like they will find the most, this nigga farted.
again.
I was talking to him, and he farted,
and that's just the charge that has to play
he
out in
resisted
court.
arrest.
And so if you in each court, when that plays out and they have to go over all the evidence, then you say, I did not resist. I said, look, I don't give consent to this arrest. However, I'm going with you out of fear of bodily harm. Then now it's on the police officer, especially if whatever they arrested you for was false.
Gosh. I just think
Don't argue any law with a police officer. Just know that. Don't argue any law with him. He's
but
not going
Kev,
to work.
would you argue the fact that most police officers are exceedingly confident when they walk into a courtroom?
No, they're actually not. A lot of times when you challenge a police officer, they don't show up to court.
Nigga,
they
I
don't
challenged
even
the
show
police
up to
officer.
court.
That nigga was there.
Yeah, he was there, but I just had a homeboy. He got pulled. The police didn't even show up.
That bitch ass nigga was there
right
before me.
And the judge was like, "Yo, officer. Oh no, okay, poop, case dismissed." And he had everything ready too. He was ready to challenge the motherfucker. He had his law book. He had everything.
That motherfucker was there before me.
Exactly.
Sometimes
that
it happens.
50-50 chance.
Nigga had on some new
Sometimes
boots.
it happens. I'm not saying that's not all the time thing, but a lot of the times the police don't know the law, so they don't even go there. They don't think it's worth their time. A lot of times they don't think the person is going to show up. So it's a whole lot of shit.
I'm gonna go on. You guys be making a lot of concessions for these crazy white people.
I ain't making no concessions.
Let me just say this. Agent Orange has created an environment that's hostile to melanated people.
Right.
I don't think we live in a time to where we try to elevate, you know what I'm saying? Oh, well, there are good white people, and there are. But I think that distracts from talking about the real shit. The real shit is, what the fuck you gonna do about the fucked up white people? Right? We know some good white people. We know some white people help civil rights, and we know, blah, blah, blah. It's cool. We know that.
They're not accepting their responsibility.
But in the conversation, you got two kinds of white people, right? You got white people that are bigots, that are racist, that just come right out with it, fuck you. Then you got white people, three kinds. You got white people that's gonna do something about it. Let me go work with some niggas and really get down, roll my sleeves up and fuck with these niggas and get shot and killed working with these niggas.
That's true.
Then you have white people who are sympathetic, but ain't gonna do shit.
But apathetic.
Right.
Sympathetic, but apathetic.
Right.
Because they understand, wait a minute. If I help change things,
I won't be in power anymore.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Because again, it takes certain white people to give up the power.
Yeah, the white privilege.
And you got white people that's like, wait a minute. Hold on.
It's fucked up, but.
It's fucked up.
Yes.
But.
Wait a minute. Is there a link I could donate?
Is there a link?
I would love to donate to, but I'm not coming
It's
off.
fucked up for niggas.com.
I'm
Can
not.
I donate to that for you?
I'm not coming off this hill I live on.
Nah.
I don't want to give up Pacific Palisades.
Not doing it.
We don't want niggers in Pacific. Did I say nigger? I didn't mean nigger. I meant.
I mean, light stealers.
I mean, yes. I meant.
That's the truth.
The black people. Did I say black? I meant browns. Did I say brown? No.
Whatever politically correct term that you guys
if I agree to allowing them, could they promise to turn the music down? The fuck? I'm not gonna do it.
Don't yell at the basketball games.
I'm not gonna do it. You understand?
No, that's it.
So you got those kind of white people that are sympathetic but apathetic.
I would even argue that's probably the majority of Caucasian people. They are sympathetic, but they're apathetic. They look at it and be like,
If I correct the police department, then what if real niggas
what does that
come?
mean for me?
If fixing the police department means real niggas get to show up, we should leave it corrupt so at least the real niggas are never allowed. I'm just saying, that's something to deal with.
Yeah.
Okay, you're listening to the ZOWHAT Morning Show. We're having our current event topics. This shit is always crazy because we always talking mad shit about what's going on in the world. We may come across as slightly bigoted ourselves. The ZOWHAT Morning Show, 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 to 4 Eastern Standard Time weekly. We've got another topic. Why did the Georgia police officer drag a 65-year-old woman from her car during a traffic stop? So you can't even be old and black. Well, old blacks are very dangerous. Old blacks are probably the most dangerous.
Old blacks.
They've survived a lot. She may have had training. Black Panther training. She could.
Black Panther.
Right. She could be very formidable.
Wakanda skills are awesome.
So the police officer, they got a statement from, the Alpharetta the police department, the chief, Robinson. And basically that police officer, I guess he quit, His name was James Legg. Former officer James Legg, who began his letter by saying, "I quit," offered his side of the story, insisted that he acted appropriately and reasonably. Okay, first off, if old people can break bones by falling down, what do you think will happen if old people wrestle police officers? The shit just doesn't line up. Can we make a modicum of sense? Listen, I was threatened. You can't say you were threatened by a 65-year-old.
Right.
She was black, right?
It's a wonder they didn't shoot her.
Damn.
Her wig looked like a gun.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Her wig it was a silver wig, and it looked like one of those silver guns with a pearl handle was sticking out of it at the top. This pearl-handled wig. What the fuck is going on? Because this show is really about the logic of racism.
Right.
Right? Black people or white people are super afraid of black people. And that's part of, I would say that's part of their mythos when it comes to black people. Research has shown that white people think black people are magical.
Yep.
Literally. The black people are magical. What's the white man that with the gruffy voice? He has the YouTube channel, and he's always talking about the end of the world and apocalypse. And what's his name? The white man. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Alex Jones?
Alex Jones. This motherfucker just came out and said Donald Glover was doing voodoo in his new video. Donald Glover, there was voodoo happening in the video. What? Performing a ritual. What the fuck?
Donald Glover knows voodoo. Oh,
There's
dude.
voodoo rituals going on in that video. Did you see the way he leaned?
The turd.
And black people looking at Donald Glover like, why did you lean like that, my nigga?
Right.
But he looking and sees a ritual. So first off, they see us as magical.
Yeah.
Not only see us as magical,
Dragon the Phoenix.
they see us all as violent. Even the grandmamas at 65, bitch, I will drag you.
Yeah, seriously.
I will drag you back to the fucking car. Okay? You just walk your old ass over here. I swear to God. I will dislocate that new hip you got, bitch. You hear me? What? That's somebody's big mama. She is needed for Thanksgiving, my
Right.
nigga. What are you
God
doing?
damn.
This shit is amazing. How do we get around this?
The deep-rooted fear is crazy because
Where does it come from, Kev?
and you know it's fear. Well, you go all the way back when we enslaved them, but because history has been mistold, they don't know that. History has been mistold to everybody. So niggas don't know that we were the first to enslave. And so this is, a lot of this is our karma coming back on us. But then Caucasians don't know that they were enslaved and that they have a deep-rooted fear, in their selves of niggas because of how we used to rule for thousands of years.
How did we rule?
What do you mean, how did we rule?
You just tell me how we ruled for thousands of years.
The last Moorish Empire, 800.
So we were just fucking white people in the ass.
Pretty much.
Bring your
You
ass.
I mean,
Your ass is required.
You would think about. You would take Christian kids, and Christian was another term for Caucasian.
Listen, we've done this research collectively,
Right.
and in the research, right, we see, especially in Spain,
Right.
we see people of the Iberian Peninsula giving their kids. Not only did they give the kids, they gave the land.
Right. A lot of that. You're right. Absolutely. That
When the
did
Moors
happen.
first came in there, they gave it away.
That did happen. Absolutely.
There was like,
there was a lot.
this is better living.
Exactly. They were on some bum shit, and they were like, "Look, take my kids, and put them in a
And
better life."
teach the
Absolutely.
kids.
But then some of the dragon Moors who would roll up, and this is where you get them rolling in through the middle of the night and
The
ransack a
marauders.
town. Yeah, the marauders and shit like
marauders.
that. They would roll through, kill all the men unless they had skills, and then take them and put them in their armies. But then take the kids, indoctrinate them into Islam, and then make them high class soldiers, and then literally turn them back on their own people, send them to
Right.
go raid their own towns.
So we have to be very careful when we break certain things down, because I've noticed that our people and most people in general are black and white thinkers.
Yes.
They don't think in context. And this is why it's so easily to manipulate motherfuckers with false narratives of history. Historical false narratives. Like, for instance, I'm not going to say these niggas were from North Africa and they were black. I'm going to call them Moors.
Right.
Because the word Moor is associated with Arab.
Yeah, right.
But if you don't know what the fuck the
mean.
word Moor means, like the Latin term Morus, which gives us Maurice,
Right.
right?
Morris. and all these-
Morris, it's just another word that was used for black,
For dark.
for dark, swarthy, right? Dark-skinned people, right?
Right.
Now, let's just be clear, because you get anti-Moor black people who swarthy motherfucking
right,
black
right.
people who don't understand that you have an Arab. The word Arab means nomad,
Right. Traveling.
traveler. So even in modern day Arabic, you ask a Muslim, what is that car called? They say, oh, it's an Araba. Because it gets you from here to there.
Yes.
It's a verb. Arab is a verb. That's a nomad. A nomad doesn't have a nationality.
No.
A nomad doesn't have a center. These are tent dwellers. My tent can get picked up and moved.
Thank you.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So again, they butt fuck you with a different fucking
Yes.
narrative of history to confuse who the fuck you were.
And actually, I'm gonna get you even deeper. At the Masonic Temple, George Washington Masonic Museum in Virginia, I went on a tour there, and there's certain Masonic sayings that you have to have a response to. And so before I went in there, see there's in the museum at the very bottom level, there's something called the grotto, and the grotto is where they have all the Shriners, Shriner memorabilia, like all the fezzes and all the Arabic writing and all that stuff down there. So you would think, why are these Caucasian people, why are they indoctrinated into Islam and stuff like that? And in true Islam, they even have fezzes that say Islam on it, down there. So
Right.
when you're looking at it, and so before they took us on the tour, a friend of mine, remember Jamal?
Jamal?
But the other Jamal,
The chef.
Yeah, the chef Jamal.
Oh, yeah.
So he was a Mason, and he told me what to say when I went in there. He was like, "Look, just tell him you're the son of a widow." I was like, "All right." So I remembered it at the very last moment, and so one of the Masons, I was like, "Yo, are we gonna go on the grotto tour?"
Right.
And he says, "Actually, I took that off of the tour," and he did that because one of the Moors in New York had went to the grotto, and then all the Moors started going to the museum and trying to go on the tour. So they took the grotto part of it off the tour. So I just went in there in some regular ass garb, just some regular gear. And I was like, yo, are we gonna go on the tour? And so he looked at me, he said, where you from? I said, I'm from Los Angeles. He said, you a traveler? And then I said, I'm the son of a widow. And then he stopped and he looked at his watch. He said, I usually don't put that on the tour. He said, but we got time for it today.
I remember this story.
And so we went down there, and when you get down there, everything is Arabic. All the fezzes and glass cake. I have pictures of all this shit too, because when I got down there, he tried to test me
But see,
that's why. So the traveler, I was getting to that because of the traveler part. So Arab means traveler.
Right.
They're down there with they're indoctrinated.
Are you a traveling man?
Are you a traveling man?
right. And that is the ancient mystic
Yes.
order of Shriners.
Yes.
Right? So again, why is there an Arab influence in Masonry? Because after the fall of the Roman Empire, the Arabs take over
Right.
Egypt.
Yes.
That's why
the Mamluk dynasty.
that's known as the Mamluk dynasty, right? This is why you have the largest Arab population in the world in Egypt today.
Well, some of that was the Mamluk. Mamluk dynasty. You got the Arabs who took over, but the Mamluks who came up under that, they were Caucasian Arabs.
But wait, let me close this
Go
file
ahead. Go
real
ahead.
quick
Oh, my bad.
on the Arabs who took over.
Right.
You have to say, what did they take over? They took over the teachings of the mystery
Yes.
school. The mystery school is foundational to the Mother Lodge in England.
Yes.
Because when you go back and look at the Mother Lodge in England, what the fuck is all of this masonry shit talking about but Egypt?
All of it.
The whole principle of masonry is building yourself as a perfect structure
Right.
like the pyramid. You are the master architect of you.
Absolutely.
So again, all that shit's predicated off of our knowledge. So when the Arabs, the nomads, took over, the travelers took over, because you can't just be a nomad with a tent and take over the mystery school information. You get what I'm saying? You see, so again, when we look at our original history, and when they say, well, wait a minute, these African Americans are fools. How the fuck can they claim to be East African? Because this is a lot of East Africans be caught up on the European definitions of shit. First off, let's just do this. You don't get a Northeast African unless you fuck with Southeast or Southern Africa, South Africa. Check out the Sanusi, right? Credo Motwa. You get it? You don't get that Northern African, that Northeastern African unless you go to South Africa.
Right.
All of the doctrine, all of the information comes from there. West Africa. You say, oh, the Yoruba, Ifa. Well, that's the Orisha. But the Orisha is no different than the Netaru. The Orisha is West Africa. The Netaru is East Africa.
Dogons.
Nigga, that's all us. That's all us. Now, the white man then came in and said, you know what? I'm finna butt fuck your history. Because I can't claim it unless you're confused about it. Okay, so all of North Africa, I will consider Caucasian. Which would make perfect sense for me. I'm an Egyptian, nigga.
It's not even North Africa.
You get what I'm saying? The white man comes in and says, I'm going to recontextualize this. The sub-Saharan Negro. He makes a distinction. These are technical. The sub-Saharan Negro is where you're from. You know, with the big muffin top nose and the fat futon-sized lips. Those are the sub-Saharan Negroes, closer to apes, in my opinion, except for the rare white tribe that we have yet to find in Southern Africa.
The bullshit.
You know, you get what I'm saying? They make a class distinction. The sub-Saharan Negro.
Yeah.
That's a monkey-like Negro.
It's all about class.
Except for the mystical and powerful white tribe. Believe me, in South Africa, these motherfuckers are trying to say there was a mystical white tribe from South Africa.
And they put in Black Panther.
A mystical white tribe? Okay, cool. So again, it's about the usurpation of black history. And we talked about this before, right? You will hear them say in reference to modern human, the Homo sapien, that was found in East Africa, Kenya, Somalia,
Right.
they found it over 4 million years. Homo sapien. Then a lot of the motherfuckers was destroyed.
Right.
150,000 years ago, you get somebody coming out of Africa called Homo sapien, homos, human, man, sapien, wise man. Before that, you had Homo erectus, niggas who stood up straight. Homo habilis, the motherfucker who used tools. Habilis means tool, man tool. Okay, cool. So 150,000 years ago, you had that big eruption of Toba, which almost killed
Right,
all of the
everything,
Homo
yep.
sapiens. And then out of Africa comes modern human. First off, you liars, you usurpers of the truth. You're like all the others, you come to Africa with a begging bowl, right? Tell us what modern human really is, fucktard. It's African. The African comes out of, you get what I'm
Right.
saying? Out of Africa and then begins to travel,
Exactly.
you know.
That's where
again,
everybody's descended. Everybody,
Right.
you know, scientifically, that's known.
That's
a
period.
known, it's a known fact.
So again, fast forward to today, America, you got white people calling themselves Caucasian. You ain't from Russia.
No.
You're not from Georgia specifically. It would be a diss to say they were from Russia. You're not from Georgia.
Right.
Blumenbach was the scientist.
Blumenbach, yep.
Blumenbach, the motherfucker who created the 5 skulls
Yeah.
and was like the Asian and the African
Right.
are the extreme ugly motherfuckers.
And yeah,
Then you had the Native
exactly.
American. Then you had the American, the Native American. Then you had the American, and then you had the Georgian woman.
Exactly. Yeah, he was just like, oh, Georgian women are beautiful, so.
They so fine, but the Georgian women were, I forgot the Russian word that they used, which is the predecessor of the word we use as Caucasian today. It means Snow White. It was a Russian word. And it was the Russians who sold the Georgians into slavery. And even the white people are so envious of niggas, they got to be the finest slave too. You know, we'll sell the Georgian woman into slavery, and she will beautify all other cultures because she's the most beautiful woman in the world. This is the most beautiful slave ever. Jesus Christ, look at her. I will sell her to the Negroes. She will lighten them up. Oh my God, she's a light to their kind now. What the fuck?
They get all kinds of, you know, all kinds of designations put on, like Europe. Europe is named after Europa, which was a Phoenician.
Which was a black woman.
Yeah, a black woman.
Zeus was like, let me go get this, let me go get this king's daughter.
Yeah, that was Phoenicia.
I'm gonna go to Phoenicia. But what was Zeus's sacred name? Even Zeus had a secret name. What was the god of their pantheon, Zeus, what was his sacred name? Ethiops,
Oh, Ethiops.
the black one.
Yeah, Ethiop. Yeah.
This is where we get our
Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. It's a Greek word. It was called Abyssinia before, right? But again,
Abyssinians.
fuck your culture, nigga.
Is our
I want your culture. And wherever there is a high advanced society, I'm gonna murk up your shit and claim it as mine.
But then you go, as you were bringing it back today, the fear. But so if you talk about that, yeah, this is your culture, and we've been ruling things for that amount of time. There had to be somebody who was subjugated. If we were ruling, there was somebody who was subjugated around that time, and who you think that was? And so for all that time throughout history, once you finally gain power, you're gonna do anything you can to keep that shit.
Right.
That's just how it is. It's like, look, dude, we've been struggling and fighting for thousands of years. Now we finally get control, and then you see that through the symbolism of how hard it is for them to defeat the monster in those movies, the dragon or whatever it is, the deep-rooted monster who's supposed to symbolize black people. I mean, it's some hard shit for them to defeat that motherfucker. And when they do, it's the greatest thing in the world. It's
The
like,
Negro
right.
has been defeated in the name of Jesus. We have conquered him.
and it's like the skies open up and shit. So, you know what I'm saying?
We
That's where
have
that shit come
conquered
from.
it.
I
No.
mean, so much so, you heard about the lady who was in the burning car. They killed, the police shot the lady in the burning car. So she got in an accident. Her car was burning up. And so she was trying to get out of the car. And so she was scared. She was in this crazy state. Now, this woman is only like 95 pounds, small woman. And she got out of the car and she had a knife. She grabbed the knife out of her hand because she didn't know what was going on. Like she was disoriented and stuff like that. So the police was like, look, drop the knife, ma'am. And so the car was literally on fire. Like you could see, like the passenger seat was on fire and everything. She's screaming, doesn't know what's going on. They're screaming at her to drop the knife. She didn't drop the knife. She tried to get out of the car with the knife and they shot her. They killed her.
Of course. I've seen niggas in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
He had a gun under his seat. Yes,
Seen that too?
I know he wasn't
Wheelchair.
quite mobile, but we had to shoot his handicapped ass. Even a handicapped nigga could take us down. Handicapped niggas are very dangerous.
Nigga.
They're very
Literally shot the dude. in the
by
wheelchair.
default they're faster than us
messy.
because they have
That's
wheels. What?
A motherfucker in a wheelchair?
They shot
oh my
dude in a
God.
wheelchair.
Crazy. Listen, you guys heard me make the reference to Ethiops being the secret or sacred name
Right.
for Zeus. I got that out of a book written by Richard Poe, right? The book is called Black Spark, White
Fire.
Fire. Did African explorers civilize ancient Europe? This is written by a white man. When I did the Foxhole radio show, I had this white man come on. And I had to. The reason why I had to is because niggas don't believe other niggas who have read books. I had to bring a white man on to say this. But you know what he said?
What?
He said, the information is there. All I did was put it together.
Right.
I just compiled it. And he said, because I know racism, and this is in, 2008, 2009? He said, racism has put a fucking blight on our country, and I knew that the information was available. And I just organized it and put it out.
Here you go.
Black Spark, White
That's a great book.
Fire.
That's a dope book.
So again, white people get to run around this motherfucker and do savage shit. Well, you know what? I would like to perform a Holocaust. But before I perform the Holocaust, I'm gonna need somewhere to practice. So Leopold goes to South Africa and kills 2-3 million
People.
South Africans. This is how you get white people in South Africa today.
Right.
We are Afrikaans. No, motherfucker. You're invaders.
Yeah.
You're colonizers. We're Afrikaans. And because we feel so good about this place, and we've been here for a few centuries, we get to call it ours.
Right. I'm in Africa.
And we will discriminate against the indigenous people
sure
who are
do.
here. And we will fuck you and have beautiful biracial babies like Sade.
Trevor Noah talks about that shit all the time.
I'm trying to tell you. So, am I a racist or a bigot if I come out and say, we have to shine a light on this, right? In order to
Right.
deal with it. Like, we got to have a real, true-ass conversation. Like, y'all gonna keep doing this?
And
Y'all just gonna do this?
again, but that's from the miseducation. Like your boy was saying, I just put it all there. I just put it together. They are consciously misleading Caucasian people too, because they want them to have this powerful, this overpowered God complex over motherfuckers.
Right.
Because then if they learn the truth, they go, oh, we really were slaves.
Yeah.
If they get that in there, then
But
it just
you know
trickles
what
down
I
from
think
there.
though? I think white people already know that they were slaves.
I don't think so.
I think they know.
I deal with
No,
a
no, no,
gang of them motherfuckers do not know.
No.
The history.
Let me say it this way. I think they know they were slaves to themselves. They may not know they were slaves to us.
Well, and again, in the masonry, they have a saying: "We used to swing from trees, now we have PhDs." So,
Ooh.
in the Masonic higher class, they understand what was going on. But you talking about just the average motherfucking Caucasian person? They don't know shit.
They don't know. They don't know.
They don't know a motherfucking thing.
Well, what about that documentary when the Moors
Ruled Europe.
ruled?
You have to watch
Europe.
that. When the Moors ruled Europe.
What's important to me about that documentary is this. First, it's the BBC.
Yes.
And the BBC, for the most part, be about that knowledge.
But
Right.
that lady who did the documentary, she's all on. That's what she does.
That's what she does.
Yeah.
Okay. But what I like about the documentary is that they talked about in detail Spain's active whitewashing of the history.
Yes.
Like we don't want anyone to ever know.
They didn't militarily conquer the Moors. It was a series of land grabs from negotiations, contracts, and things of that nature. Like, so when the Moors were in Spain, one time you had the assassins from Damascus who came through.
Right.
And the assassins from Damascus, they was hardcore, traditional Islam. And so when they went to Spain, they saw the Moors hanging with Jews and people and motherfuckers of different races and cultures and shit. They was like, what the fuck is this? It's like, what the? So they came through and they just start smacking the gang of the Moors. And so some of the Moors went to the Christians, was like, look, well, actually the Christians came to them, was like, yeah, y'all got a problem with them Moor niggas, huh? They
Were hiring all
Right.
types of mercenaries.
That's what I'm saying.
all
So
types of
yeah,
different
so the
people.
Christians who own land, they were like, look, we'll give you some of our workers to help fight in your to help deal with some of those assassins, but you got to sign over some of this land. And this was a series of land grabs like that, just negotiations. Yo, you hook us up with this. Yo, you give us a piece of land there. And just over hundreds of years, they gained power. But it wasn't any military grab. They didn't defeat the Moors militarily at all.
It's just crazy, man. It's just, and like I said before, we put out books and tell people to read books. That Grail King,
Oh, Lawrence Gardner
book, it clearly breaks down the whole shit.
all of it.
Because what was Gardner's official position? He was like the maintainer,
Archivist. Yeah,
the
like
archivist,
Of the Royal Archive.
and he also kept the royal lineage too.
Yes. So that was the archives, yeah.
Right. So you hear stuff now where you'll hear Queen Elizabeth is related to the Prophet Muhammad.
What?
Yes.
Somebody said that?
I heard a wise brother say this once before. He said, they have to tie into the vine,
Yeah,
the
well,
vine
yes.
of lineage,
They do.
in order to justify their made-up seat of royalty.
They do. So he's, in essence, he's right. In order to be a royal, you do have to be descended from the Moors, from some Moorish bloodline. That is true.
My question is, the royal family that's in the royal family right now ain't even the royal family because they from Germany.
Right.
So
Saxe-Coburg.
y'all niggas just showed up and was like, we royal.
And their family, the family who's royal now, their family crescent, they're the Saxe-Coburg. And if you go look up the coat of arms for Saxe-Coburg, it's a Moor. I mean, oil slick black Moor with big red lips and big ass gold earrings in his hair.
Well, listen.
Kinked up afro.
Well, listen, this goes back to Meghan Markle. America's little
again. Yep.
America's little Negroid princess.
Uh-huh.
Even the Negroid could be a princess, Lord. But the Negroid must have European blood in her. Can't be a straight up Negroid.
Can't be straight up nigga.
No.
Nah.
Because then we would really be. How could we stop being racist for her?
You see, Diana was with a Muslim, Al Farad or whatever that dude was she got killed with.
So this is the current events, man. Meghan Markle's dad won't attend the royal wedding after it was revealed he staged photos. So he created a false pass and sold it for $135,000.
Wow.
Meghan Markle's father, Thomas Markle, will not be attending the royal wedding. TMZ reports that Thomas suffered a heart attack 6 days ago. Damn. But had checked himself out of the hospital in order to attend the royal wedding. He was trying to get there. Okay. Kensington Palace announced that he was set to walk down the aisle, but it's just not going to happen. However, he decided not to attend the wedding after it was revealed that he had staged several photo shoots with a paparazzi agent ahead of the wedding. According to TMZ, he says that he will not attend because he does not want to embarrass Meghan or the royal family. Wow. Man. Didn't one of, what is it, Harry? What's his name? It's Harry, right?
Yeah, Harry.
Didn't one of Harry's cousins or aunts show up with a Moorish pendant on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of black people saw it as disrespectful.
Right.
Did you see that pendant?
Yep. Mm-hmm. That was a Moorish.
That was a Moorish
royalty.
god king.
Royalty.
Yeah, that was royalty. But again, if you don't know the history, what are some books people can read to be up on that shit? I know David McRitchie.
David McRitchie, Ancient and Modern Britons. The best
Part
one,
1 and
though,
2.
Yeah, part 1 and 2. But the best, well, that and actually in part 2 of that one, you'll see how they equate Moors to dragons because of the technology that the Moors used. And so then you'll start to see why we call ourselves dragons.
That shit is so dope.
Yeah, it's ill.
If you read that, it's not an easy read.
No.
And you know, niggas don't even read the newspaper anymore. Niggas don't even read Jet anymore. Beauty of the Week. Niggas struggling with Beauty of the Week. But this book, it's a good book. It's a challenging book.
Challenging. And this dude was a Caucasian dude in 1880 who wrote this book. It's a British Caucasian dude who wrote this and said, look, my ancestors are Moors. He knew. He went and did all the lineage. But who actually puts it in a more concise breakdown is J.A. Rogers. And Nature Knows No Color Lines.
J.A. Rogers.
That's the best book probably to read on that. And actually, you want to read them both because J.A. Rogers he read Ancient and Modern Britons and
then from there,
and expounded on it.
It's almost like a part 3.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
And again, the Spanish Moorish conquest, that's just one side of our history.
One side of the game.
You can technically apply the term Moor to a Phoenician.
Yeah.
To a Sumerian.
That's why they were Phoenix Moors. The Phoenicians, Phoenix Moors.
To an Egyptian. To a Hindu.
Yes.
People just don't understand.
Go watch Face of the Dragon documentary on the YouTube channel, the Real Nagas YouTube channel. It explains all of that, the whole dragon side of the game. That breakdown, though, what they don't understand about the royal family and how that goes back to the Moors. You know, the royal family knows they have an African night. Like every year, they have a night where everybody in Buckingham Palace has to get dressed up like Africans.
They do that shit.
They all have to get dressed up like Africans.
When he said an African night, he means like the night.
Yes.
It's a nighttime event.
Yeah.
They all dress up.
It is no joke. So they understand who they are. I mean, they understand who they are, where they came from. You don't. That's the only problem. You don't understand.
Yes. Somebody just asked, are the Moors Native American? Yes.
Yes.
You could say a Native American is a Moor as well. And again, I think, and I didn't see this video, but I saw the thumbnail for it. Tariq just did a video.
Part 5?
He just did a video that talked about white people who paid like $5 to become Native American.
Well, no, that's another. That's $5. There's actually a better video for that. You should look. There's a video on YouTube by this guy named Dane Calloway, and it's called "The Truth About the $5 Indian."
Well, shit, I ain't seen it yet. So Tariq's might be the best one. Shit, I ain't seen Tariq's yet.
This guy Dane Calloway, he is all about the truth about Aboriginals in America. So that's his whole. That's what he
called
does.
And Tariq called them pretendians.
Yeah. Pretendians.
A pretendian.
So yeah, if you just for real. So if you don't know, back in the day there was something called the Indian Scroll, and in order to be recognized as a Native American, and this is all from the America side of the game, but in order to be recognized as a Native American, you had to put your name on this scroll. And so Caucasian people, plantation owners and stuff like that, they would pay $5 to get their name put on the list so that they can get land. So this is a way to get land allocated to you.
And so let's go back. Let's go back really quickly and lock this in. At the end of the day, fake ass Christopher Columbus, I'm gonna call him fake. Fake ass Christopher Columbus, because we don't even know if that nigga's real.
No.
Where is this nigga buried?
Columbo.
Where are you buried, nigga? Where are your bones? Okay, cool. Well, maybe there won't be any bones, but that's fine. At the end of the day, Christopher Columbus comes here thinking here is where? India. That's why Indians are called Indians today, which is a slur. So they come back and say, well, no, we're going to call these Native Americans.
Right.
Okay, hold on. The niggas you saw, Chris, look like what? Because when you go back to those depictions of what they look like, Kevin?
Moors.
Moors. What is Moor? Moor just means dark skinned.
The oldest Aboriginal nation over here, the Lenape, they call themselves the original people. We the original people. That's where you get we the people from on the Constitution. They called themselves Moors. This is actually in ancient and modern Britons. There's a tale of a British captain who came in here and he said that he got in a fight and he was using these terms interchangeably. He said that he got in a fight with 1,000 or 1,000 Indians or something like that. And then during his breakdown, he would say, after they fought these Moors, you know, they killed so many men of the captains and then these Indians, and he was going back and forth using interchangeably the term Indian and Moor for the for the people he was fighting.
Again, not enough knowledge on it. Why? I don't want to teach you the history. If I shared the truth with you,
That's a wrap.
you would be emboldened. You would justify my fear of you.
That is a motherfucking wrap.
Can you imagine living with the trauma of being white, but scared that niggas might realize who the fuck? Like, oh, Jesus, niggas are reading. Christ alive. This nigga has a book. The nigga has a book. It's a phone book, but he's reading. The nigga has a.
Dude,
I'm just saying.
let me tell you, they know this shit. If there's a
Your dark ass can't know
a
this.
website that breaks down the melanin research that they do from the International Federation of Pigment Cell Societies. And so when you do the research, you go down and part of it is the research that they found. And then at the lower part of it, they started to share research, just certain, side things that they've looked at. And one of them was a breakdown of a scientist who was watching another Moor. He was watching this guy's website. His name was like he had an Egyptian name. It was like Amen Ra, something like that. And on his website, he was talking about the power of melanin that brothers have and what it does. And so they're watching us to see what our melanin does and how it manifests in us because they don't have it.
Somebody had a great question.
What's up?
Are Mexicans Moors too?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dark-skinned niggas?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Because when you go back to a Mexican, first off, Mexican,
Montezuma.
that's new shit.
Right.
Mexico, that's new.
Well, yeah, it was called Mexica. It was called Mexica.
Yeah, you got to go back.
Yes.
You go back, you find out.
So Mexica was ruled by what they called Montezuma. That's where they get from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli.
Right.
That's because they were fighting Moors from coast to
So again,
coast to coast.
you go back to the Arawak natives, right? What was the other native group called in that area?
The Taino.
The Tainos. These, come on now. See, well, let me tell you what a Mexican is. A Mexican.
The Carib.
The Carib.
That's why you get Carib chocolate from.
And then Caribbean.
Caribbean.
Right?
Yep.
Let me tell you now. Spaniards come over here and fuck you into Spanish. You got to understand that. I'm going to fuck you right on into Spanish.
But they did it with the help of the Moors, though. They only came over here with 500 motherfuckers. They went to the outskirts and told all the little outer villages, "Ain't you tired of Montezuma fucking y'all?"
But wait, before we go to the Spaniard, you got to go back to the Olmec. You look at the Olmec, you're looking at a nigga.
There you go.
You looking at a smooth nigga. Just look at them big ass heads. Look at them Olmec heads. You looking at a smooth nigga.
Straight up.
That nigga smooth.
There's a geologist who breaks that down, Graham Hancock. And so when he goes over there and he does a whole breakdown of the Olmec heads, and he says the reason you don't hear about Olmec heads in mainstream society is because they're undeniably African. He said that's verbatim. He said undeniably African.
Well, listen, it's 12:55, which means I have to get off the air. I'm kind of late already. But we really appreciate everybody tuning in to our current event show. We wanted to cover all the bullshit that was going on in the world, but also hit you with a little bit of history, too. Thank you for tuning in to the Zoe What Morning Show. It's a once-a-week show, but we slap you upside your dome piece on your way home from Jones Beach. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Thank you, YouTubers. We appreciate all the support. We got hundreds of people in the chat room right now watching what we do. Thank you so much. I will catch up with you guys next week with a new one, but you can tune in to The Voice of Reason tonight from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Appreciate it. Deuces.